November is upon us, man. We're at the threshold of the dark period.
I know, man. Honest to God, just the other day, it seems like we were recording the January episodes. I don't know how this happened.
You improved your game last dark period, so maybe this time you'll even get a little more.
I am getting a lot of encouragement, and, I don't have any choice because I've got a lot of stuff that absolutely has to get done. So, plus stuff I want to finish that's so super close, it's not funny. And you've been making some progress too?
I have, and we'll talk about that in the first feature episode of the month. But Listeners, this is the 12-minute Modelsphere for November. And we're going to lead off like we always do, Dave, and talk about where we've been. And we have been to MMSI in Chicago.
We've been down home Chicago.
We have. We had a great time, and you're going to hear a little bit about that trip in the upcoming episodes. I don't know. It was a great time.
You know what? It was a really good choice for us to get back to MMSI. I'll be honest with you. I had kind of forgotten how enjoyable that show was, how different in many respects it is from a classic IPMS show or AMP show. And I really enjoyed it.
It is. And we'll have to give a shout out to Jim and Barry from Small Subjects, because they're pretty heavily involved with that show, and they accommodated us really well and helped us experience some things we'd never experienced before, and still have a lot of time to take in the rest of the show. So thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, I don't think we've been anywhere else, Dave. And unfortunately, we are at the end of the year, and I don't think we're going anywhere either.
Yeah, Murfreesboro is coming up on, I believe it is the 9th of November, and we really wanted to get to go, but it's just not in the cards for us this year. But you and I are already putting it on the calendar for next year, and we're going to try and get there. But I hope they have good weather, and I hope they have a good show, and guys know that we wanted to be there, and if we could have possibly done it, we would have.
Well, Dave, we've got 2 feature episodes in November.
Yep.
And I think they're both going to be good.
Oh, I think they are. In fact, I know they are. Since we've already recorded the interview portion of 127, and that was kind of nice. I got to admit that was super enjoyable, especially given where you and I are in our models right now.
Folks, what Dave is alluding to is, at MMSI, we got to spend some more time with Steve Hustad, because he was in attendance as well, and pretty much spent the bulk of our social time with him, I think.
Yeah.
And we've had him back for episode 127 to talk about some of his oil paint weathering and how he goes about that. Kind of high level look at what he's doing there. And we get into some of the details, but really interesting. And like you're saying, man, we're right at that point with our current aircraft project. So it's timely, and I think folks will enjoy it.
Let's put it this way. I enjoyed it, and I learned a lot, some of which surprised me. So I have no doubt that the listeners are going to really enjoy that interview.
Well, that's going to drop real soon on the heels of this. So I think Monday after this drops, you're going to get to enjoy that one. In addition, we have episode 128 coming up, and we're going to do another shop talk. We're trying to alternate between those episodes and our guests, and it's proven to be pretty popular. So Dave and I are curating a short list of topics to hit on this time, and we'll do it one more time, man.
I'm looking forward to it. It's even when we have ideas about the general subjects we want to talk about, and we always do, it's amazing to me sometimes the twists and turns those episodes take. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, Dave, the dojo is still growing. It's slowed down a little bit, but we're still trying to get over the next hump. And where are we at, man?
Right now, we are at 4,982 members. And it's fantastic. One of the things that I really love is the amount of interaction that's going on in the dojo right now. More people posting. We've had a spate of people posting finished work, which I always find inspirational and encouraging. Folks, if you're a dojo member, and I'd appreciate if you go through your Facebook list and invite other modelers to the dojo. We'd really like to grow the community even more. Each time we're seeing more and more interaction and more great posts. And, the more people that are participating or more people that have joined the dojo, the more that we're going to get. And that's one of the goals Mike and I have for that. There's been some really great stuff on the dojo lately, and I don't know if you've seen the posts.
Oh, I have. I know one you're going to talk about.
Well, one of my favorites is our friend Paul Gloucester, the Quokka. When he came from Australia to the U.S. for the Nationals in Madison, he stayed with Steve Hustad. And as you know, Steve is well known for his aircraft dioramas in 72nd scale. Well, he got Paul kind of turned on to the idea, and Paul is doing a diorama with two Avro Ansons that have apparently fallen in love with each other and tried to mate on the airfield. And it's the photograph is an iconic photograph, and what Paul is doing is really, really neat, and it's neat to watch him develop and do those. And he's in the middle of it, and he's posting regularly on the dojo. So, Paul, I appreciate it. It's looking great so far, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here. Our previous guest, Mr. Adair, who builds those absolutely amazing scratch-built 1/144 scale World War I aircraft. He's working on a German Taube, a very early World War I aircraft. And this thing, it's like he's building a butterfly from scratch. It's just absolutely amazing. And he's in the home stretch now. And every time he posts a picture, and he posts a picture on the Matchbox, it just it freaks me out, because when he posts a close-up picture of the model, there is no way you would have believed that is 1/144 scale. And then he'll post it sitting on a Matchbox, and it's mind-blowing to me.
Well, I think he's working through some spoked wheels, maybe.
Yes, he is.
And when those hit, it's just going to be just shut up.
Yeah, mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Hey, listen, I'm amazed that people do that in 48 scale. 144 scale's insane. Our friend Jeff Groves, Inch High, just completed his P40 batch build, and he posted that on the dojo. And he is now doing a mini batch build on the Arma P39 kits. And
ooh, I'll have to check that out. I got one of those.
Yes, I do too. And I have no doubt Inch is gonna kill it. And one last thing I want to mention regarding the dojo. Several either manufacturers themselves or several modelers have made posts regarding new, interesting, and different modeling products or accessories, whether it be Bases by Bill with the one-man army stencils, or there's Car Modeler who posted a whole bunch of either resin or 3D auto accessories. It's really neat there's just so much out there now. It's really nice to have a place where people are posting that stuff and bringing it to your attention, because otherwise, half of that stuff would just go completely by me. And it's really nice to have modelers help out other modelers by saying, hey, take a look at this. Did you know this was out there? Or I've used these and they're really great, etc. So more of that, please. All of you out there, if you're using a new product, or even a product that's been out there a while and it's new to you trying it out, and you want people to know how it went, and that's both good and bad. If it did well or it failed, if you need help, I tried this and it didn't work, why didn't it work, etc. Any of that stuff. That's the whole point of the dojo. So please keep those kind of posts up.
Well, Dave, we got 2 more things to mention before we get on out of here.
Yeah. Do we have anything new and interesting going on, Mike, right now that might be for a limited time?
We do, folks. If you've not got in on the B24J giveaway in conjunction with the Plastic Model Mojo and Squadron, you're going to want to do that. Go back and listen to that short episode to get the details. I think we've got about 25 folks who've already climbed onto the bus, and about a third to a half of those are Patreon folks. So the number of entries puts it more like 50. So,
yep.
Because those folks are getting in at a 3-to-1 versus everyone else. So Patreon members, PayPal members, if you contributed to Plastic Model Mojo either currently or in the past, put that in the subject line. The subject line should read B24 giveaway. And then if you're a Patreon or PayPal contributor, past or present, put that in the subject line as well. And in the body of the email, please put your mailing address, and that'll get you in. So folks, you have until the end of November 14th to get these entries in.
And they have to come by email. What's that email address, Mike?
plasticmodelmojo@gmail.com. Yes, they have to come via email, and please put all the information in there we ask. If you've come up short right now, since they're not too, there's not too many of them rolling in, I might send you a reply saying, hey, you didn't quite do this right. But if we start getting slammed, I may stop doing that. So folks, get them in. You have until the end of November 14th, and then we'll have a drawing, and somebody's going to get this fabulous kit from Squadron.
Absolutely. And thanks to Squadron for doing that. That's been that was very, very nice of them.
And by the time you listen to this, our friends from Down Under on the Bench will have dropped their 200th episode. I encourage you to take that one in and listen to it. And we want to congratulate David and Ian and Julian on getting to 200 episodes. I can't even fathom that just yet.
No,
it's quite the undertaking.
That's an accomplishment, guys. You're our favorite traveling Aussie podcast, man. We love you, and I'm so glad you've made it to 200.
Well, Dave, I think that's it. So let's get on with it so we can get these regular episodes out.
All right.